Other than Mr. President Joe Biden, sir, who wrote me not one letter about what he said, made him so excited to write me in so many words, paraphrasing his language, and to keep going towards my goal I described as what I was going to do after I finished Dinosaur Brain and Heart in Silence, Infininomics. 2 emails so confusing, with an email with a beginning and an end, and then another email with another end and and not much else other than a dominant human with more war and evil in silence, guns, and worse on an object in outer space, with not an emotion of how much suffering I had to endure as a human to say a single sound with language and letters described as a word. Infininomics. But rather a rosy, cheery, thoughtful, and upbeat and optimistic letters, 2 letters. Not so different than I heard tonight, where they had a gun ready to shoot me and kill me and murder me in silence. Saying no when I asked if I could ask a question to an employee at Whole Foods who was on his phone with his dreadlocks, until he shook his head no and then began to talk to me verbally. Following me to where I talked to another human who spoke to me no different than Joe Biden spoke to me as Mr. President Joe Biden, sir. With what Mr. President Joe Biden, sir, has protecting his family and his friends and those he loves on an object in outer space. Military and Secret Service use for what? Other than for what? Those objects were used for tonight as an object with 2 men and a colorful red-looking hat, and what I can only describe as another man who's native, indigenous, primitive, In other words, Native, Indigenous, Primitive American. Moving slower than graffiti paint drying at the hub at University of Washington in silence.